over every single way to break a barricade in R6. So, and we're also gonna review and talk about them. Starting off, we're gonna shooting them down with an assault rifle. This right here, pretty reliable method. Gets barricades open, lets you go in and out. I would say shooting them down with an assault rifle is 10 out of 10 method for breaking barricades. Option number 2, using shotguns. So I'll demonstrate it here. Also, pretty reliable method. Got the barricade down, 2 shotgun shots, pretty good. Now, for our third method, we have breach charges. So you can see, put a breach charge down, blow it up, goes right through. Caveat with these, you're really easy to get shot through the barricade if they know you're breach charging it on the other side. So that's the one little thing with that you gotta be slightly worrisome about. The next method that we will be discussing is using grenades. And to do that, I'm gonna go to a doorway and throw a grenade on it. You can see, using a grenade, blew up the door, got it open. I would not waste using grenades on doors though. Pretty bad method. Just not very effective overall. You can use them on castles to get them open pretty well, but even then I wouldn't recommend it just because I don't know, it's okay. I just wouldn't do it overall. I'd just punch it. It's just kind of a waste of utility in my opinion. So, next method, we're going to talk about using pistols to break down barricades. So, see me doing this here. 1 magazine down, barricades still up. So, overall, using pistols, pretty bad method. Would not recommend using pistols for barricades. Takes forever, and it's just loud. Now, using LMGs. Using an LMG to get a barricade down, pretty good method. I would recommend using that one. I think that's pretty good. Next, we're talking about using marksman rifles to get barricades down. I'll show you this here. Pretty good method. Shoots the barricade down quick and easy. Still got ammo to shoot everyone else. Would recommend. Next, we got hard breach charges. See this here? Put the hard breach on the barricade. Blows it up. Pretty good, reliable method to get it open, but I would not waste a normal hard breach charge on a barricade. Kind of just not a very good use of utility. Alright, next, we got machine pistols. Let's try this out. Let's see. Machine pistols getting barricades down. Works pretty well. The one thing, you don't have a ton of ammo with machine pistols normally, so you got to be a little bit careful about that. Alright, now we have sledgehammers. Super reliable, easy method to break barricades. 100%, 10 out of 10. Great use for sludge. Alright, what's next? We got Ash with the breaching round. Talk about this. So, if you got a breaching round out and you want to get a barricade, don't shoot it at the middle because that'll damage you. Shoot it at the top corner. Get the barricade open, you can run through. You see this be done a lot. It's okay. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but it's not necessarily horrible. I'd give that one like a 7 out of 10. There's just better things to use your Ash charges on. Next, we got thermite charge. So, put a thermite charge on the window. Blow it up. It gets it open, but I wouldn't recommend using it because your thermites could be used better elsewhere, and honestly, it's not very good at all. So, for our next one, we got Glaz with using sniper rifles. I'm going to talk about how it is for snipers. Snipers, super good way to get barricades down, especially if you're using Cali, because then you can just get 1 bullet and it'll break it down. And we got the Gone 6. Breaks barricades instantly, super quick and easy. However, I wouldn't use it because it's just a waste of utility that you could be using on other places. At least in my opinion. Now, next thing, we got fuse charges, which aren't great. They only put, as you'll see here, they only put a super tiny hole in the breach charge. In the barricade. Depending on where they're at, they can maybe do a little bit more, or they'll ricochet and blow it up, but using fuse charges to break down barricades, not reliable at all. Pretty bad, poor method. Especially if you're using them on the same barricade. And after 4 charges, I only got a few measly holes here, so don't use fuse to open up barricades. Next, we're going to go over shields. So with any shield, you can go to a barricade and put A on it and just vault through. Super good, easy, reliable method. 10 out of 10 would use. Now, I'll talk about Buck and his underbarrel shotgun. Let's see this. 2 shots, in and out, super easy. That right there is exactly what I'm talking about when we're referring to good methods for breaking barricades. Alright, let's see, what is next? We got Habana. Talk about using Habana pellets. So when using Habana pellets to get barricades, only use 2. Because it only takes 2 to break them. It's a waste of utility not to use 2. And this method is pretty good. Gets them open really easy, consistently. And honestly, it's not very often you need all your pellets, but you could always just shoot it down. Alright, for our next method, we got Maverick. And Maverick is actually a really good person to get barricades open. I can't really show you here, just because of the nature of this barricade, but I'll move around to attic to show you what I mean on this. Actually, I don't think... Oh, bunker door. That's the last doorway left before it's here. So if there's a door like this, you want to get it open with Mav, put a little hole on it. Well, I did it wrong, but you can make a little crouch hole for yourself and you can go in. Maverick is a super good way to get in barricades silently. And the most important part is it's silent, quick, easy. So Maverick's definitely 10 out of 10 recommend for barricades. Next up, we got Amaru. One thing you gotta remember with Amaru, she can only go through barricades on windows. It's a reliable method to get barricades down. Works pretty well. You can see, broke the barricade, got me in. So Amaru's a pretty good method to get barricades down. Next, we got the CRSX Lance. So I'll show you this here. You just shoot that at this. Shoot 1 lance at it, tears the barricade right down. But I wouldn't use that though, just because it's a waste of utility. It could be used elsewhere, but it's not horrible, especially if you don't think you're going to use all your galleys. Now we have the Selma charge. Let's see this. Launches down, blows it up. Pretty hard to shoot off if you're a defender. Selmas work good, but objectively, it's kind of a waste of utility, so I wouldn't recommend using them for breaking down barricades. Next up, we got floors with the RCE drone. The RCE drones, they're okay for breaking barricades. They could be better, but it's not necessarily horrible, especially if you're trying to apply ghost pressure somewhere. I give floors drones a 6 out of 10 for barricade destruction. Now, we have OSA. And I'll show you how OSA can actually be pretty good for breaking down barricades. So with OSA, you go up to a barricade on a window or a door, you can just hold your deploy button and it'll just instantly break the barricade. So that's pretty good about OSA. Next up, I just forgot Zofia. We're gonna talk about this one. So with Zope, you got your impact mine out. You can just shoot it at a window, breaks it right up. Zofia's 10 out of 10 reliable method for breaking down barricades. Alright, what do we got left here on the attack? Looks like we got one more method left. Ram charges. So, if you got a boogie drone, trying to break a barricade down, you just walk up to it, just click your throw button, and it'll knock it right down. Or, you could just charge it. Well, I guess this one kind of missed, that's unfortunate, but if it's in the path of your barricade, it'll also hit it. So, Ram, 10 out of 10 methods for breaking barricades. So, now let's move on to defending ways to break barricades. So, we're going to start off with the slug shotgun. I got the TCS here, this applies to all of them. Honestly, not great. It's kind of slow. Uses a bit of ammo, especially if you got like the Boss G. I would not recommend using those to break barricades. Now, we're going to talk about impacts. Impact's super good way to break barricades. I mean, did you see how quick that was? I threw the impact, boom, boom, bam, I'm out. It's great for running out. Great. Next, we're going to talk about the nitro cell. Say, trying to break this barricade down, throw a nitro, blow it up. It achieved what it was trying to do. It blew up the barricade. However, it is a massive waste of utility. You could have used the nitro somewhere better. Don't use nitros for breaking barricades. Now, we got castle barricades. You can see here, go to castle it, it breaks the barricade. So, Castle barricades, breaking barricades, not great. I wouldn't use it. Kind of a waste of utility, just a waste of time when you might as well just shoot it. Alright. Moving on to our next barricade breaker. We got Clash. So, as I was saying with other shields, you get your shield out. You just go to your barricade, you can just jump right through. Works with all shields, including Clash. Great method, 10 out of 10. Alright. I'm gonna need you to hop off Goyo. Yep, appreciate it. I'll talk about Goyo. So if you put a Goyo canister or a Vulcan canister on a barricade, you shoot it, breaks the barricade. If your intent is on breaking barricades, not a good method, don't do it. But it does what you're trying to do. It gets the barricade open. So that's good. Now we got Oryx. Demonstrate this here. You Rima dash into the barricade, knocks it right open. Great method, gets your barricades open. So I do like using Oryx to break barricades. Bit of a unique one here. With the Rooney, you have a metal fist, which allows you to make holes in walls and stuff. Bigger punch radius. And with barricades, you can one-shot them. So using a Rooney to break barricades can be a super good method, especially opposed to using impacts and stuff. Alright. After that, I think that's it. That's all the ways on defense to break a barricade that aren't unique. Did I miss anything there, Kilo? Well, that concludes every way to break a barricade in R6. Please like and subscribe.